Welcome to Fresh Meals. Tips and tricks to creating healthy school meals that explode with flavor. Learn from James Beard award-winning chef Jimmy Schmidt. Brought to you by Michigan Team Nutrition.
Hi, this is Jimmy Schmidt with Fresh Meals. We're here today to discuss tips and tricks to enhance flavors for food service professionals. Today we're working on aromatherapy with what kids love more than anything in the world is pizza. And you know, they're right. Pizza is absolutely a fabulous food, especially when you start to incorporate really fresh seasonal ingredients into it. We're going to make our own dough. We're going to get right into it with a little bit of high gluten flour for structure and whole wheat flour for fiber and nutrition. We've got a yeast starter here. Yeast develops a full flavor. It is mixed with lukewarm water at 110 degrees and a little bit of sugar or honey to get the yeast to feed on, to multiply and divide, and ultimately make some gas to make the dough rise. So we'll start off first with the yeast culture going into the dough. Now, to make a straight pizza dough, we'll just continue with some ice water till we get our desired structure. But we're going to throw a trick at it today and turn it into almost like a focaccia. This is a great place to take all the herbs that are coming out of the garden. I've got some fabulous parsley, some basil, and heck, we'll even throw in some green onions. Also, any other vegetables you got lying around, broccoli stems and such like that can be incorporated. We'll throw them in the old Cuisinart here and grind it up. Now this is a really easy way to add a lot of flavor into the pizza dough, camouflage a lot of vegetables into the pizza dough, and really disguise what the kids are eating. Now make sure that the basil, you can use the stems, you can use everything, and just grind it up. Garlic, onions, anything that you like can go right in here that'll be incorporated in. Now this counts for part of the moisture in the dough. So you can use as much or as little as you want. And we'll take this mix, and it smells incredible. And you can see from the color, it's just so vibrant. And this can be the base of our dough that can be baked either straight as a focaccia and topped with some garlic oil or seasoned oils. We'll add a little bit more moisture in with the yeast to get the ball to come together. You want to get a nice, really luscious dough. There's two keys to this. One, flavor comes from fermentation and obviously all the herbs and such that we're adding. The eggs add a little bit of texture and a little bit of structure for the pizza itself. And the second is moisture, which ultimately produces the texture that we want. And here we go. The dough ball is coming together. Now what we'll do is we'll let this thing, let the dough knead for up to about 10 minutes. That develops a maximum gluten strains and gets the best elasticity that we get involved in this situation. And as this dough really develops and gets into its texture, we'll take it and throw it in a camber overnight and allow it to ferment out. And the next day after it's fermented overnight, it's really developed all its flavor. It's mellowed out from sitting around the cooler fermenting, that you can simply take the dough and knead it out. Don't need any big equipment or such. And then just take the dough, dock it, so that when it does rise, it rises very evenly. And you can either top it with some of the traditional tomato sauce. If you want to go in the regular tomato version, some pepperoni, and of course some cheese and that type of it, you know, just to keep the regular one going. And they'll never know what great herbs are underneath it. Or if you want to go a little bit on the wilder side, one of the most popular pizzas today is barbecued chicken, where you can just use some barbecued sauce. Don't lather it all across the top of the batter. You can just, you know, kind of strafe it on like I'm doing here. A little bit of garlic oil is always a great addition, just to add a little bit more flavor into it, a little bit more complexity. Then the chicken is actually produced or cooked with the barbecue spices, which adds more of the barbecue flavor in without having to put a ton of spices on. And then finally, topping it with the mozzarella to coat it. And then it's into the oven for about 15 minutes, and we're in business. And out it comes in a golden brown situation. And when it comes out now, this is where you would put on any of the fresh herbs, like a little bit of fresh basil, that the perfumes will whiff across the cafeteria. A little bit of shaved parm or any of the more delicate cheeses should be put on at the end, so they just softly melt and are not, you know, soldered by the temperature of the oven. And that's where you got it, a great barbecued chicken pizza on top of your garden fresh herb focaccia bread. And that's it for today's tricks for healthy meals.